Howdy there, young'un. Silvermongoose here. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. Now, if you live in North America and are a big fan of Nintendo, you're most likely subscribed to Nintendo Power. Now, I have a friend who lives in the UK, and he was nice enough to actually send me pretty much their equivalent of Nintendo Power. This is what it looks like. It's called the official Nintendo magazine, and I thought it'd be interesting to compare the February issue of Nintendo Power with the official Nintendo magazine and see which one comes out on top. Now, right off the bat, you probably noticed that the official Nintendo magazine comes inside this nice little package, and it says right on there, 10 free posters, and you can see all the posters right on there. So you open this up, and you get a bunch of posters. And these aren't tiny posters either. They have, most of them are fairly small, but they also have this gigantic double-sided poster here of Zelda. And then you also have some smaller posters. Those are the other ones. They're all actually attached to one giant poster, which is kind of weird, but I guess you can just cut them with scissors. And then you also get these nice stickers. Now, it's not actually uncommon for magazines in the UK to have several posters or a calendar or a special disc inside each issue. Sometimes Nintendo Power, probably most issues do come with a poster you see here. This one is a Super Monkey Ball and a Sega Superstar Racing poster. Another thing you'll notice is that the official Nintendo magazine is physically larger. And again, it's not uncommon in the UK to have magazines that are actually even larger than this, much larger than this. Now the front, I'm definitely going to have to give the cover to the official Nintendo magazine because this one is NBA Jam and it looks kind of silly. One thing cool about Nintendo Power though is that Nintendo Power has subscriber editions, which you can see right there. This one isn't actually that different, but for example, the last one had a very nice Mega Man 10 cover for the subscriber. On the back, you have a standard advertisement. I thought this was interesting. On the back of the official Nintendo magazine, it actually has nothing to do with video games, this advertisement here. Now, both magazines start off essentially the same way. They start off with letters from their subscribers, which I always really enjoyed. I actually found the official Nintendo magazines to be a lot better and more like how Nintendo Power used to do it. They have fan covers there, and they have art. Nintendo Power used to do things like that. They both also covered a lot of the same content, obviously, like Sin and Punishment, Ace Attorney, Sega Superstar Racing, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Red Steel 2, Aragorn's Quest, and Monster Hunter Tri were the big ones that they both covered. Just to compare a couple, official Nintendo magazine's Sega All-Star Racing here has quite a few pages, and so does Sin and Punishment and Monster Hunter Tri. Here's the Nintendo Power Sin and Punishment, their Sega Racing, and their Monster Hunter Tri. Generally, the official Nintendo magazine's articles are much bigger, and in the end they end up having an extra 30 pages. The articles were actually a lot meatier, and I enjoyed reading them more. One of them that really stood out was the Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. This was all they had for the Nintendo Power. Then, if you look at the official Nintendo magazine, they have that. They have descriptions of every character, which was really nice because half of the characters most people in North America don't even know, and tons of screenshots. Generally, Nintendo Power's articles will have a lot of interviews. Like here they have one with the guy who used to play Gimli in Lord of the Rings. They also have one with the one of the people behind Epic Mickey. And then they also, in every issue, have a power profile where they generally just do an interview of someone who has been pretty influential in gaming, and this lady here worked a lot on the Phantasy Star series and the GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia. One interview that I really enjoyed in Official Nintendo Magazine was they talked about the making of A Boy and His Blob, which is a game that I really enjoy and has a lot of nice artwork in it. Another thing I really liked about the Official Magazine was that they often have a lot of cool lists, like they have some robots there, and they have 37 things you never knew about Super Mario Brothers. And some of the stuff I actually didn't know, like this part here. Apparently the bushes and the clouds are the same. And it also compares the Japanese and the UK and North American names, like Birdo is called Catherine and Shy Guy is called Hey-Ho. And one thing that I really liked about Nintendo the Official Magazine that really put it over the top is they have really cool articles sometimes that aren't current. They talk about here, they have pages and pages on the history of Sega and some of their crazier ideas, and they also have pages and pages here on the Virtual Boy. Now, to be completely fair, this issue of Nintendo Power is somewhat subpar when compared to the usual issues like this one, which is the newest one that came out while I'm recording this. Nintendo Power's strength really lies in its interviews and most of its data being completely up to date. They do a little bit of retro stuff, but not much. The Official Nintendo Magazine, on the other hand, seems to be a lot hardier, a lot meatier. Its articles were more interesting to read and had a lot more retro stuff, which really appeals to me. But it might not appeal to everybody who is, paying $6 or $7 for a magazine. It might not want to read stuff that they can just read online. So, for me personally, I'm going to have to give it to the Nintendo, the Official Magazine. I enjoyed it a lot more. Sorry, Nintendo Power. Huge bosses and Sin and Punishment go together like emos and Twilight.